50 gram per day up to a month. My dear, how much is your rent? Your preferences, your interest, the type of brands you live on, like low cost. And all of this does not concern the people living in Marina. It doesn't concern the people living in Imar. It doesn't concern those living in Dubai downtown. If you have been in the UAE for some time now and struggle to be able to meet up with the cost of living in Dubai, watch this video. Hi guys, I go by the name Ghana Girl. Thank you very much for clicking on this channel. If you have been able to click on this channel, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Also share to someone who might benefit from this video. If you are living in Dubai or UAE in general and struggling to be able to meet up with the cost of living in Dubai or other Emirates, or you are moving to Dubai or any part of the Emirates for the first time and want to have an idea of the cost of living here as a low salary earner. First of all, low salary earners are people who work in industries or sectors where the salaries are lower. It's often due to the skill required, the industry structure, or the overall wages of the industry. Before you come here and tell me you are earning 5,000, you are earning 10,000, you are earning 2,500, you are earning 3,000, who are low income earners? Who are low income earners? Low income earners includes domestic workers, construction workers, security guards, cleaners, hospitality and industry workers, retail staff, laborers, drivers, helpers and assistants, fast food and restaurant staff, and so on and so forth. Now let's get into the video. Let's start with housing. So when it comes to housing, sharing is the most affordable for people who live in the UAE with low salary income. So when I say sharing, I mean sharing an apartment, being sharing a room, sharing the whole flat, or sharing spaces. So when it comes to houses, there are differences. One of sharing options starts from bed space. There is something called bed space. You know, back in our home countries, let me use Ghana as an example. Back in Ghana, those of you who went to SHS, if you have been to SHS, you will know there is up and down bed. Yeah, that is what is called bed space here in UAE. And that one, I'm saying this price depending on where I live. I believe Dubai specifically is more expensive, but here in Sharjah it starts from 350 to 450. Yeah, but in Dubai, since I am talking about UAE general, so sharing bed space is from 350 to 900. And another option that is there is partition. So for partition also, it starts from 400 to 800. From 400 to 800, and that is only for the housing without electricity or anything. Yeah, so another option that is there is sharing room. Sharing room is another option, which also starts from 800 to 2,500 all across the Emirates. Yeah, so that is an option that is affordable if you live in the UAE and you are a low salary earner. So if you want to go up there, there is something called studio. Studio is also affordable. It depends. It actually depends on the building and where the location is. The expenses depend on where the location is, the amenities of the building, and all that. Yeah, so studio also here in Sharjah, it starts from 1,300 up to 2,800, I would say, in the UAE. Yeah, so that is another option. If you are someone who wants your privacy and stuff, you can go for studio. So let's talk about food and grocery. If you are here in the UAE and it's depending on a very low salary, food and grocery plays a very huge aspect of your living cost. Food and grocery here, let me say for myself, it can start from 100 up to 700. It also depends on your cost of living, your preferences, your interest, the type of brands you choose. I have a video about this, the type of brand to choose in order to live on like low cost. Yeah, so it also depends on the brand you choose. So from 100, people are in this UAE and are living on 100 grocery per month. So it starts from 100 up to 700, 800. The higher it becomes, it means it's about your preference. So grocery aside, let's talk about food. If you are someone who doesn't like to cook at home and you love to eat outside, the grocery part is not for you. This is where you come in. Living in the UAE and earning very, very low income, eating outside should not be part of you. Eating outside should be once in a year, once in 5 months, once in a month. So eating outside, let me say the minimum food pack cost, the minimum is 10 dirham. That is for a biryani with chicken. That is the minimum food you can get for lunch or for dinner. Yeah, if you're a low salary earner, you can't go for more than 10 dirham. So if you're eating 3 square meals outside, let me say maximum, you can cost up to 50 dirham per day. 50 dirham per day up to a month. My dear, how much is your rent? Okay, the next thing, if you're working far away from where you live and you need a means of transport, this is where transportation comes in. You know, public transportation has this affordable systems for all of us. If you want it high class, you can go high class. If you want it low like us, of course you can. So there is public transport, which is the bus and the metro station. All over the Emirates there are buses, but the metros only exist at some parts of the country. So there is the metro and there is the bus, which is very affordable. The minimum transportation for a bus is, I think, 6 dirhams. That depends on where you are going and where you live, how the distance is. Yeah, so public transportation is affordable for someone with low income here in the Emirates. The next thing we should talk about is healthcare. So what I know is most of the companies are entitled to make insurances for their employees. You are not working in a company that has insurance for you, my dear. You have to budget at least 250 monthly for healthcare. So this is where communication also steps in. When you're sick, you have to call your family and tell them you're sick, so that, like, you always have to be able to communicate with your family, with people around you. And the minimum charge for Wi-Fi in this UAE is 200 dirham for an efficient Wi-Fi, from 200 dirham to, I think, 900 dirhams. Yeah, so if you're living in a shared accommodation, a place that you have to share, it actually depends on every month. It depends on what how many people are in the house, and it depends on everyone. So it starts from 200 to 700, 800, 900, and it actually depends on where you live. Since you are living in a shared accommodation, electricity is not much of a burden to you, because you get to share it with other people. Because here in the Emirates, here in the UAE, someone used to say that there are times that the meter, the electric meter, is automatically programmed to charge huge, but I won't be able to believe that. In summer, the bills go very high, and in cold times, not cold times, but in normal times, weather is very good, so the electricity comes down. But whatever it is, since you are sharing with people, you can pay as low as 50 dirhams up to 900 dirhams if you are sharing with people. If you are sharing a flat with 2 people and the sewa comes 10,000, you're gonna share it together. If you're sharing with 2 people and the sewa comes 2,000, you're gonna share it together. So I cannot give you an estimated price, but it starts as low as 50 dirham, because there are places that about 20 people are living in the house, about 10 people are living in the house, so it starts as low as that. So let's go to the overall living cost of staying in the UAE. You cannot calculate the cost of living here and ignore the cost of remittances. No, you have to send money back to your family, you have to send money back home, and therefore you have to calculate the exchange rate and the charges aside the money you're sending to your family. So the overall cost of living in the UAE, it starts from as low as 700 up to 4,000 AED. But all of this depends on your style of living. It all depends on your lifestyle. If you want to go for, and all of this does not concern the people living in Marina. It doesn't concern the people living in Imar. It doesn't concern those living in Dubai downtown. This is for low salary income people. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you would like to see more of this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Matilda. I go by the name Ghana Girl. I'm an Nzima, a Ghanaian, and I want us to have a big family together. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.